and a very warm welcome to Bharata First. I'm frankrausanpereira. This is FRP Explains. Many of you have asked me to make a video on one nation, one election. So here it is. It's not a new concept. India started off with one nation, one election, and it went on till the late 60s. But once a couple of state governments fell midterm, and then the parliament also was dissolved in 1970, then we saw a change really as far as the way we hold elections are concerned. It was revisited once again in 1983 when it was brought up by the Election Commission, and the Law Commission also came back to it in 1995. In 2014, the BJP brought it up once again, and in 2016 it gathered more steam with Prime Minister Narendra Modi suggesting and stating that we should have one nation, one election. It was then taken up by the Niti Aayog. The Law Commission also looked into it, and a few recommendations were made. One of the recommendations was to have half state elections first, along with a few union territories, along with the general election in 2019. And then the other half of the states would be taken up at a later stage. And eventually, by 2024, all these elections would be held at one time. That is one nation, one election. But that has not happened. That has not happened because there is no political consensus as far as this particular issue is concerned. And it's difficult for the political class to come up with a decision and take this forward as well. So what are some of the benefits of one nation, one election? One of them being that the country doesn't have to be in election mode all throughout. Right now, there is some election or the other happening at some point in time, and political parties are continuously busy fighting elections, campaigning, and trying to get their act together. That is one. Secondly, of course, the cost is extremely high as far as conducting these elections are concerned, and that will go down if we have one nation, one election. So these are some of the positives with one nation, one election, and it also ensures for a government to be in place for a period of 5 years or a stipulated period of time. Now, what are the negatives? Some of the negatives are that you can't really ensure that the political class is held accountable, because they know that they're going to be in power no matter what for a stipulated period of time. So even if something goes horribly wrong, they are going to be there, so they won't be held accountable every now and then. That is the first one. Secondly, what happens if a state assembly gets dissolved? Then do you continue with that for another 5 years? Do you not continue? Do you have president's rule? What's going to happen? And then if you have president's rule, what happens to federalism? And why do you have these elections in the first place? At some level, it's going to impact democracy. Can we adopt a model that somebody else has adopted? The BJD in 2019 mooted the German model. So what is the German model? The German model says that a government will remain in power or continue to enjoy majority till that time another grouping or another political party proves its majority on the floor of the house. So you cannot dismiss a government till there is another government that is already ready to be formed. This is something that has been mooted as well. This could possibly work because that way it will keep the political class in check as well. So there are definitely positives as far as one nation, one election are concerned, but as a whole, it goes against the democratic principles of India, and that is what I have a problem with. Elections are a beautiful thing. Elections keep the political class accountable, and elections, if done right and if done well, are a testament to how vibrant our democracy is as well. And another aspect that is spoken about is the general elections and the assembly elections are very different in India. So if you have them together, the issues may get mixed up and somehow play on the minds of the electorate, and that could cause an issue as well. Well, with that, it's a wrap on this edition of FRP Explains. If you like the video, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. You can also make a contribution using our UPI IDs. A small contribution that you make will go a long way in us bringing you this content. That's it from me. See you again next time.